Views and opinions expressed by Edwin are Edwin and Edwin's only, all right? Not of his sponsors, employers, baby mama, anybody he went to school with, anybody he owed money to. With that being said, enjoy the video. What is going on, everyone? Edwin Pagan here. Thanks for joining me on the Word on the Road podcast, your weekly technology care package, man. Oh my God, the green screen is acting up on my face, man. Guys, listen, I apologize. I wanted to get this episode out, so there might be some minor technical difficulties on this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening to this podcast, you ain't gonna see anything. Audio should be fine. But with that being said, man, this is the Word on the Road podcast, a weekly technology care package I do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which I haven't been doing. I feel guilty doing this right now, so I'm officially changing the podcast Wednesdays only. All right, I'm releasing this every Wednesday. It's a lot more easier to do, man. I've been having so many engagements, especially with this new client that I'm working on, and I want to be able to deliver and promise, the deliverable date of this podcast. Every 3 times a week is just becoming a little more difficult than I expected. So with that being said, I officially will be releasing this podcast every Wednesday as I speak. I'm gonna try to do some other stuff in between that. Maybe do like some vlogs, maybe do some rants, something among those lines, but I definitely will be doing this podcast every Wednesday. So this will be the podcast I do every Wednesday, where you take 3 articles from the internet, I give you my insight, my review on them, and I send you on your way, hopefully more informed, and more aware of what's going on the internet, man. And, like I said, man, I started this podcast as a way to kind of just be able to share with you guys things that I find interesting on the internet, things that I like, usually technology related, like I said, but I enjoy doing this. I want to continue to do this, and I'm going to continue to do this, but doing it every Wednesday seems more realistic. But with that being said, man, quarantine, that's where everybody's life is going on right now, man. So I've definitely been in quarantine. Do not get out much. I think I've been running the most of I've been doing, and I got some new headphones. So shout out to these new headphones I got. Jesus, where did they go? Where did they go? I have a picture of them. Where did they go? I don't have them on me. But yeah, I got some new headphones, man, because like I said, I'm trying to stay healthy during the quarantine, and mental health and physical health, and all that stuff is very important. So obviously I got to exercise. Gyms are closed, and so I've been running a lot more. I'm trying to put up 3 or 4 miles a day while running, and I got to tell you, man, AirPods, maybe the worst headphones ever made for running, the AirPod Pros. The other day I was running, it was raining, my AirPod fell out, couldn't find it anywhere. I'm talking about I couldn't find it anywhere. I had to continue running, and then me and my fiance came back when the rain stopped. We came back, we drove back, and then we spent like 30 minutes looking for this AirPod basically in the ground. And so with that being said, I ended up switching new headphones, man. So I got these bone conduction headphones, man. So basically they sit on your temple and somehow it gets into your ear. Amazing, bro. It's a game changer. It's so much easier to run when you're not trying to worry about if your AirPod is staying in your ear, because I cannot drive a car or run or do any type of fitness without music playing in my ears. I just don't operate like that. You know what I'm saying? And so with the AirPods, I thought, I had the original AirPods and they worked great. And they were great for the office, and they were a game changer. But when it came to exercise, it just didn't work out, man. And so I got the AirPod Pros thinking it might be a little different, especially since the AirPod Pros have like the noise cancellation, and that didn't work. They literally popped. They're literally the worst headphones. These are it right here. They're the worst headphones ever designed for me, especially like they don't stay in my ears whatsoever. I've tried every single tip. I've tried every single app that says, check the seal test. It doesn't work. It does not work. And I'm not going to sit here because I love Apple products, except their laptops. Apple products, but these headphones do not stay in my ears. So I got bone conduction headphones. It's a game changer. And so now I am just a little runner, right? I go running with them. But man, yeah, definitely that's what I've been up to during the quarantine, just trying to stay fit. And I also I've been finding it really, really interesting how so many companies right now that like I'm seeing right now weren't prepared for quarantine, and by prepared for quarantine, how outdated a lot of companies' systems are for accessing resources remotely, because that's all remote work is, right? You're just accessing the company's resources remotely. And yeah, man, most of these workplaces are not modernized, bro. It's almost nuts to me. And so I find myself creating a lot more videos online now geared towards remote workers. And with all that being said, man, I think that once this is all over, we're going to see that first of all, there's so many things that we can do from home. The idea that people have to come into an office doesn't make sense anymore. I think the fact that it's like the old saying, but did you die? But did you die? die. I think we're going to be able to look at this situation and be like, but did you die? Can these companies survive outside of the workplace, right? And reality is that like all a workplace is for a lot of these jobs is just one giant, basically daycare. It's like we have to make sure the adults are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because with Skype, with video meetings and all that stuff, why is it that we can't do that? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like you work 8 hours. When you really think about it, you work 8 hours, but you still work like 10 hours, right? Because you spend an hour getting ready and an hour going to work and all that stuff. And so I think that like in my opinion though, like this whole quarantine is really gonna change the marketplace. But man, with that being said, I'm done talking about all these rants, man. Let's go ahead and jump into the stories. As always, man, the stories we're gonna talk about are available in the link or description below. So if you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description. If you're listening on iTunes or whatever podcast application you're listening to, they will be available on there, man. So with that being said, first article is coming from the fine folks at The Verge. All right, shout out to The Verge. And basically, Wi-Fi is getting a big upgrade, the biggest upgrade in 20 plus years, man. So with that being said, in a few months, there's going to be a lot more Wi-Fi to go around. The Federal Communications Commission voted today to open up a block of spectrum to 6 gigahertz band for unlicensed use. Right now, don't get me started on this 5G stuff, right? But really, what's going on is that they're opening up a spectrum of Wi-Fi, right? That's going to allow for a higher frequency of Wi-Fi. So right now, we have this is 2.4 gigahertz and a 4 gigahertz spectrum available for Wi-Fi. And so with 6 gigahertz, what that's going to allow to do is basically it's almost like opening up a new lane of traffic and highway and allowing cars to go through there, man. And I gotta tell you, throughout this whole process of working remotely and I lost my train of thought. Working remotely and having to rely on Wi-Fi for work. What I'm seeing with a lot of companies and a lot of people now is that they're realizing that their Wi-Fi sucks. Like right now, when I conference call and everything like that, I stay wired in, and I have like the GoToMeeting application running on both my hardline and my iPad. And the reason I do that is because Wi-Fi has become incredibly unreliable because everyone and their mother has Wi-Fi, and when you're operating on those same frequencies, there's going to be the chance of a lot of traffic and static and interference. And not everyone can afford to buy a $200, $300 router that supports, higher frequencies, traffic loading, all this other stuff that these fancy routers have. Most people are getting these basic Wi-Fi routers from their house, from their cable companies, and using that for internet. And so I think the opportunity to have a 6 gigahertz frequency and all that good stuff is going to open up for better quality Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi is an issue. And I think Wi-Fi in particular is one of those things that people drastically do not understand how it works, because like a lot of people think that because their Wi-Fi is slow, their actual internet connection is slow, meaning if they paid for a 300 megabit connection, they're going to get 300 megabits through their Wi-Fi when they do that speed test, and it's never the case. And I see people who will upgrade their internet but not upgrade their Wi-Fi router, and then wonder why their speeds haven't increased. A lot of times it has to do with the Wi-Fi router and the way it's configured and the interference. And so with this new update that's coming from the Federal Communications Communications Commission, with this Wi-Fi router upgrade or with this spectrum upgrade, I think it's going to be one of those things that's going to allow for better internet quality, man. It's going to be like what 802.11n did. So check out the article. I did a bro science version of explaining to you guys, but this is coming from the folks at verge.com. So with that being said, man, moving on to the next article coming from the fine folks at Markets Insider, man. I don't know where I found this one. But damn, my camera's messed up on this too. Man, I am so sorry about this episode, guys. This is just coming out terrible. I'm such a bad person. Anyways, that being said, this article is coming from the fine folks at Market Insider. Facebook pops, Zoom drops on Facebook's announcement for Room. So basically, if you're not aware, everyone is using Zoom applications, all right? Zoom meeting because of remote work, right? Apparently, it's the easiest way to do meetings. I had honestly never heard of Zoom up until this quarantine happened. That's just straight up. I had used GoToMeeting, Citrix, Skype for Business, Teams, but I had really never used Zoom. And it's funny because I have a video I put up on how to pair your AirPods with Zoom meetings, and the video's doing great. It's got over 5,000 hits, so it's crazy how I've never used it before, yet one of my most popular videos is about Zoom. But with that being said, Facebook announces that they're going to be introducing something called Rooms, which is a video chat competitor to the Zoom application, which is a game changer. But it's also like, did y'all not have this already? So Facebook basically, it's called Messenger's Room, and it allows for up to 50 people to join a single room and interact with each other. The new product offering will be a direct competitor to Zoom and Google Hangouts, which I love Google Hangouts, and Google Duo. The rooms prompted a swift 12% decline in shares of Zoom. So basically, of course, and I had said this previously on other episodes because there's been a lot of security concerns that have been raised about Zoom, and I've said that like I would not be surprised if a lot of companies are spreading fake publicity in order to cause Zoom to lose its clients and shift their clients to a different platform. And so it was only a matter of time till Facebook said, hey, hold my beer, let me come up with my own chatting application. Now, I'm surprised that Facebook didn't already have a feature where you could have 12 plus people. I know back in the days we had, was it called Google Hangouts? Or it was called something else where like you could have like 15 people just talking with each other. It moved the cameras for you and everything. But now as conferencing is as popular as it is, Facebook is taking a stab at it. So I think that's very, very interesting to say the least. I'm definitely not on board with it. And the reason I say that is like it's very, very hard to get people in a corporate environment to say, hey, I want to use my Facebook profile, my personal profile to log into a meeting. It's just something that like I think that disconnect, people want it. So I could totally get on board with a company like LinkedIn doing this, even though LinkedIn's a Microsoft company, so it kind of goes back to like Microsoft Teams. But to see Facebook kind of get into the ring with this, it's going to be interesting to say at least. I don't see a lot of people adapting this, right? Because Zoom is, had their foot in the game, and Zoom offers a bunch of features that that Facebook doesn't offer off rip. The way Facebook or the way Zoom is utilized, it's utilized for training. It's utilized to interact with classrooms, for students to be able to talk, for the host to mute people, etc. And I think Facebook has a long ways to go in order to capitalize on that business market versus the consumer market. Because the reality is that good luck getting consumers to pay for video conferencing. Good luck, because if they can do it for free through FaceTime, if they can do it for free through Skype, they're not going to go adopt this platform. So your majority audience is going to be the business crowd, the corporate, the enterprise who's looking for a conferencing solution. And I highly doubt they're going to go with Facebook conferencing, right? On top of the fact that there's privacy concerns that come with that, even though there's a lot of people conducting a lot of private things going on, private conversations on Zoom, Facebook is going to be one of those things where people are like, let's discuss confidential client information on Facebook, and who knows if they're listening. Good luck, especially with the HIPAA compliance. And that's not a diss to Facebook, but I just don't see Facebook being that company that enterprises say, hey, let's go to Facebook for video conferencing solutions, maybe video marketing solutions, maybe town halls and things like that, but I highly doubt Facebook is going to be the company for that. But salute to Facebook for putting their hat in the game, especially during these challenging times. But with that being said, man, the last article is coming from the fine folks of TechCrunch.com, man, and basically it's an article that I found very, very interesting about Magic Leap, the $2.6 billion bait and switch company, man. Now, if you're not familiar with who Magic Leap was a company that a couple of years ago, let me see if I can pull up a video, basically had the internet going crazy. They had the internet going crazy because they were like, we got this new virtual augmented reality technology that's going to blow your mind. Let me see if I can pull up a video real quick of what it looks like, because where is it? I have a video of this real quick. But it's a video. It's supposed to be like the most groundbreaking virtual reality company, right? Where is the video? This is kind of a video of what it is supposed to look like right here, where they kind of showed an office and they said, all this right here is reality. Whatever. And this is what it was supposed to look like. It was supposed to be this very cool virtual reality software where you could project, universes and do all these crazy things. And what was crazy about this company is that they had they talk about it here. They raised over $2.6 billion in capital. Meaning they went out and said, hey, listen, we got this technology. It's worth they raised money. And what was even crazier about it, right, is that they were extremely, extremely secretive about their technology. They said, listen, this is what we do. We're not going to tell you how we do it. We're not going to give you insights, whatever the technology. This is a product. We need that amount of interesting. Not even yet to deliver, but the amount of companies that have come out and kind of one-upped it, things like Oculus, things like HoloLens by Microsoft that do AR, VR environments, they've completely leaped these companies. And what this article kind of talks about is that like Magic Leap basically went from promising one product that was, you know, the breathtaking VR experience or augmented reality experience, and they didn't deliver on that. Not only did not deliver, but then it turns out that that same exact video we just saw, where they're like, this is what the product is supposed to look like. Apparently, all this technology was actually basically Photoshop. Not Photoshop per se, but it was designed by some studio as a marketing ploy, basically. And that's not, again, I'm not dissing Magic Leap because apparently they have a lot of patentable technology, but they really reminded me of this company called Theranos. And I don't remember Theranos, but they were like a company where it's like you could take a blood drop and do reading on people's blood. And it was supposed to be this groundbreaking company, but they were very, very secret. And they said, you can't see our technology. We're not going to tell you how it works. We're not going to let you see our labs. It's going to be super, super secret. And then it turned out to be a big sham. And Magic Leap was one of those companies that a lot of people were saying, hey, there's something going on here. Are these guys as good as they say they are, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it turns out a lot of people were right, especially the fact that, like, and if you read into the article, it goes more in detail about it, but if you look at the fact that they had to lay off half of their staff, I think in the comment section, some engineers even talked about working or developing applications for that company and said it had promising abilities, but the technology just wasn't there, and it was years upon years. It was going to be years and years and years before you actually saw like a consumer version of this product. And so it's one of those products that was drastically hyped up and turned out to be something completely different, man. And I guarantee you this is going to be one of those companies that's going to be sold off. The technology can be sold off to different companies, either Microsoft, etc. And you'll never hear about Magic Leap again, because a lot of times with companies like this that have so much promise, what happens is that they don't have the ability to execute on that technology. But companies like Microsoft, who have an established VR, AR environments and technology, they take that technology and apply it to their products and drastically increase it, and are able to take advantage of it. And that's kind of what I see with Magic Leap, man. But like I said before, I encourage you to check out this article because I feel like I do terrible jobs of explaining these articles to people. But salute to Magic Leap, man. I think they're doing great things or have the ability to do great things, man. I personally, man, when I had been someone who, I love virtual reality. I was someone who had the Note 4. I remember when the Note 4 came out, and I had the Samsung VR Explorer Edition, which was like the first VR ever designed by Samsung. I paid $200 for this headset to slide a phone into it and do virtual reality, man. Because I, as a kid, all I wanted to do was virtual reality. Virtual reality was like the greatest thing ever. And I did virtual reality, and I was like, the thing about virtual reality that was weird to me is how completely disconnected from the world you are. The fact that I can't look at my phone, but while I'm in the VR world, you're really just isolated. I had that issue. My headset kept fogging up. But virtual reality is definitely. Does it have a place in this world? Absolutely. But augmented reality, I feel, has a way better use case in this world than virtual reality. I think VR is kind of geared towards gaming and simulation. Augmented reality has the ability to be implemented not just in a headset form, but in cars and things like that. And so, I'm excited about the future. But for me, I look forward more towards augmented reality. But in the same sense, if we never get out of quarantine, I think VR, I have a feeling virtual reality might be the next step in like how to kill this anxiety of like wanting to leave your house and stuff like that. But man, with that being said, guys, my name is Edwin Pega, man. I know this has been a kind of a ranting episode, but those are the stories for this week. I appreciate you guys listening to the podcast, man. As always, we're going to be releasing this every Wednesday, and hopefully some filler stuff in between that. With that being said, man, I appreciate everybody who's been listening to the podcast, who's been subscribing to the channel and listening to the content, man. Leave your feedback below if you have any questions, comments, etc. But until next time, guys, my name is Edwin Page, and I hope everyone has a good quarantine. And until next time, take care, everyone. Peace.
Max, what are you doing?
Watching my dad's channel.
Watching your dad's YouTube channel?